Hi, this is Scott, and today we're going to talk about Dungeons and Dragons under President Ronald Desantis. All right, you're like, wait a second, what? Ronald DeSantis ain't president. He's not now, but there's a distinct possibility he will be in 2024. So today I want to talk about what will Dungeon Masters and Dungeons and Dragons players' lives be better under President Ronald DeSantis than it is right now under President Joe Biden. All right, so let's dig into this. So first of all, why are we even talking about this? Why are we talking about President Ronald DeSantis? A distinct possible future for America that could occur in 2024. So one, DeSantis is very much running. He's not running yet, but he is sending every single possible clue that he will make a run for the U.S. president. Right. So who is DeSantis? I'm not going to assume everybody knows. Ronald DeSantis is the governor of Florida. And I will, right here on this channel, you'll hear me talking about DeSantis probably like 6 months to 12 months ago. And I said he was a forgettable scrub. And I really thought at the time that was the case. That he didn't, but that is not the case anymore. He has really come up and he's put some real metrics on the board where people are like, oh, this person could definitely be president. So what did he do? So first of all, Dungeons and Dragons had babies, and they are all the other tabletop role-playing games in the world. And one of those Dungeons and Dragons babies is Shadowrun. And Shadowrun showed us Shadowrun came out in 1993, okay? I'm sorry, it was 1991. So Shadowrun comes out in 1991, and it depicts this world where corporations are stronger than individual citizens, right? And so basically Ronald DeSantis, Florida found itself in a Shadowrun situation, right? So Ronald DeSantis and the Floridians said, this is the law we want. Disney came in and said, we don't want that law. And you know what? You Floridian citizens shouldn't have anything to do with what is done in your state. You should run your state the way this corporation who does business in your state runs it. And because we bring so much money to your state, bow to Disney. You don't run your state, we run your state. Do as we demand, right? Like it was, and so Florida Governor Ronald DeSantis, who very well may soon be U.S. President Ronald DeSantis, he was like, heck to the no, and he kicked back, and he really took it to Disney. And the biggest thing he did was Disney had this like special dispensation where they could do almost anything they wanted on their land. Right, it was like they had governing power over their own land, and Florida, because Disney is so powerful there, had given them. He revoked it. He used the law to revoke it, and said, "Y'all is just a regular company now." And you know what? Floridians will decide what happens in Florida, not Disney, right? And so he came out of it as this Shadowrun hero, right? Like of saying, corporations don't rule here, Floridians rule here, right? And this really put him on the map. So far on the map that he recently beat Donald Trump in a poll for president. What? Yeah, it's that strong, right? So Ronald DeSantis is on the board. He is not, I was wrong, he's not a forgettable scrub. He is coming to play, right? Like, and I think he's a real candidate for 2024. So Ronald DeSantis rolls in. Does Dungeon Masters and Dungeon Dragons players' lives get better or worse? It gets better immediately, day one. Here's why. All right, so so what is the world like for Dungeon Masters and Dungeon Dragons players under Joe Biden? Well, the first thing is we got really excited, and D&D Direct was like, hey, here's all these amazing products. You're going to see them soon. And then Wizards of the Coast was like, oh, we forgot. We're under a dem-dov president who can't do a single thing right. Like, so all of these are delayed because the world's distribution thing is broken. And the reason it's broken is Vladimir Putin is now running roughshod through Europe, right? And the only question is if he's going to take his invasion show on the road, go over the Bering Strait, and come straight to New York with the same military equipment that he's using to invade Europe right now. Done. Like, yeah. And so everything's broken, right? So look at it right now. So what are we getting from D&D Direct? Here you go. I'll give it to you. The new Spelljammer book, 192 pages, $70. We've been paying $50 for 256, almost 60 pages more. We've been paying a full 60 pages more, right? We've been paying $20 less for 60 pages more. Under Biden, a book that is massively shorter costs significantly more. Not a small amount more, like significantly more. That's 40%. It's 40% more, right? So under Ronald DeSantis, there is almost a guarantee we're going to get our Dungeons & Dragons products on time at a massively cheaper rate. Wait, you're like, wait, Scott, how would Ronald DeSantis fix this? He will fix the problem day one, exactly the same way. It's ironic his name is Ronald DeSantis because we've already seen this with Ronald Reagan. Under President Carter, a Dem-Dov president, Americans were taken hostage. They were turned back over day one. Ronald Reagan appeared. You can bet Putin will run for the hills. If Ronald DeSantis is elected, they will pull every single troop out of Ukraine. It will happen so fast it'll make your head spin. And the reason why is Ronald DeSantis is not a Dem-Dov president. He's a hawk Republican president. And he's got a brand new $800 billion a year shiny military that he will wreck Putin with on day one. He will be foaming at the mouth to take Putin, to just shred Putin. Shred him. Shred every piece of equipment he has on the field and just destroy his army. And here's the kicker, right? I watched Ray Dalio on Andrew Yang. Brilliant billionaire who's thinking a lot about the future and wrote a book on it. Absolutely massive ignorance when it comes. He said on Yang's podcast, he's like, I'm a mechanic. I just look at the data. And he's like, we in America have more resources and more intelligence than ever. But what are we going to do? Are we going to go to war with it? Because that will make things worse, right? And he's saying, I looked at history, and all through this, this podcast he did with Yang, he's like, I've looked at history and I see and I'm just looking at the raw data, right? Did you forget, Ray Dalio, that when we went to war in World War II, we came home after our win and we absolutely built the strongest period of boom time production in the history of the United States? We literally call the generation boomers because America boomed to new levels of wealth, right? And so DeSantis knows this. If he just takes it to Putin with the shiny, brilliant, incredibly effective military we have and absolutely decimates him and embarrasses him on the field of battle, we get everything back. We get our Dungeons and Dragons products on time at less money, right? Biden has failed to allow us to buy our Dungeons and Dragons products on time at a reasonable rate, right? DeSantis will not. Day one, he will be a better president. That is my opinion. He'll be a better president for Dungeon Masters and for Dungeons and Dragons players. That's what I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful morning.